This is Mark Goldberg, City Council member of District C, with another program of What's to See. Appreciate you joining us today. Today, the C stands for computers. What's to the computers? Seems like we're having a lot of problem with internet, especially in my council office. A lot of the email we get is spam or junk mail. It's so much so that it seems like half of the email that we've gotten is junk mail, and it just takes a lot of time for my staff members to go through. That's one of the issues we're going to be talking about today, along with the proliferation of child pornography on the internet. Serious problem for the citizens in Houston. Speaking about Houston, our third topic is going to be Sim Houston, or SimDesk. It's a new program that's been started, taken place this year, and we're going to get some more information on it and possible ways of you to get involved in Sim Houston. First, I'd like to introduce my first guest, Kent Harris, who is with a company called Computer Rescue and Network Services. He knows a lot about the situation with spam and how to stop child pornography and what parents can do to prevent children from going to porn sites and what exactly he is doing to stop this and educate parents today. Kent, thank you for coming on my show. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
What is the problem, first of all, with child pornography? Are there a lot of sites out there? Are children visiting these sites?
Yes, there are. As a matter of fact, there's over 100,000 illegal child pornography sites on the internet today.
And you only have these sites on there if people are spending money and it's making money. How much money is involved here?
Well, in the illegal trade, it's between $200 million and $1 billion annually worldwide.
Okay. Just for the concerned parents out there, what percentage of children are visiting porn sites, and what can the parents do to stop it?
Well, these are 2000 numbers. The statistics have not come out for 2003, but 33% of the children under 17 have actually gone to a porn site, and the kids that are actually going to a porn site on a regular basis, 66% of them spend more time on a porn site than they do a gaming site.
Okay. Now, I often hear about ways that parents can filter this out or get programs to stop this sort of use by their children. What kind of programs are out there?
Well, there's always a software solution. But the problem with software solutions is that if the child or the teenager is computer savvy, they usually can get it bypassed within about 2 or 3 days. They can eliminate it off the computer.
So it seems like then the number one line of prevention in stopping children from visiting these sites is by the parents and to monitor what the children are watching. And I guess to have the children use the computer in front of the parents, especially if we're talking about an internet site. Is that some of the suggestions?
Well, I'm actually designing a product, and it's going to be out in mid-May. And what this product does is it actually monitors the child's or the teenager's usage on the internet. And what it does is it'll email you wherever you want it emailed. If you want it emailed to your office or emailed it to your own personal email account, it will actually give you a list of where your children are going on the internet.
So, in other words, the parents can monitor what their children are doing by getting an email and keeping up with that. Can't they also look on the computer and see the history of where their children have been?
Yes. In fact, if you click on the Internet Explorer, it'll show the last 20 or so sites that have been visited on the internet.
Now, you mentioned your company is working on this email system for the parents as a safeguard. Tell us a little bit more about your company and other things that you do.
Well, Computer Rescue, mainly what we're developing is a system that what it does is it'll email you the usage of the computers, because if the child is computer savvy, what he's going to do is he can always go in and delete all the history, and then go to 20 or 30 legitimate sites, and then that'll wash away.
So the computer can only hold the last 20 or 30 sites. If a child is smart, they just fill up that history with 20 or 30 legitimate websites, internet
Right.
addresses. What the product is that you're developing is a software, is that correct?
It's a hardware device.
It's a
that you
hardware
put on.
device? Okay.
Yeah, and it does require broadband. You have to have either DSL or a cable cable modem.
Someone that uses AOL, for example, a dial-up service, is not going to be able to use this product.
Well, AOL actually does have DSL, so it's just a dial-up product that we don't have a hardware solution for.
Okay. Now, parents are obviously the first line of defense. What do they do once their child, they realize their child is using this pornography or visiting the sites? Who do they report it to? What do they do?
Well, they actually report it to the Vice Squad of where the website originates. If you go on networksolutions.com, you click on Who Is, and you put in the name of that website, it'll tell you the name of the city where that website originates, and then you go to anywho.com, which is a national telephone book, and then type in the name of the police department in that town or city, and go ahead and report it to the Vice Squad.
Okay, and then from there, once you've taken that information and report it to the various cities, they take a look at it, and do they try and stop it, or how do they prevent it?
Well, typically it's against the law to allow a minor to go to one of those sites. If the adult site, what they need to do is they need to verify the age of the people that are going to their websites, and they can do this either through credit card or verify a check or.
Okay, and this process of reporting it really doesn't cost the parent any extra. They don't need any devices to do that. Is that right?
No, not at all.
So there's really no reason a parent, once they know a child is using pornography sites, there's no economic reason for them not to follow through on this.
Well, exactly, and in fact that'll benefit the community as a whole, because once these sites are eliminated, it's going to be less and less of a problem.
Okay. Now, the other issue is this spam, which is junk email. It could be pop-up ads where you don't even click on a website. It just pops up while you're reading your email or visiting a website. It's very infuriating. I know sometimes I'll be clicking on a website, let's say the Houston Chronicle. I'm trying to read an article, and I'll get 32 ads popping up, and I haven't even touched my keyboard. What can we do to eliminate these pop-up ads?
Well, actually, there is software out there, and also my hardware device will take care of that as well. You can program it to block those pop-up ads.
Okay. And what about the spam? We had so much junk mail go to our District C website that we just basically had to take that address off. And now they have to email us directly or call our office. I mean, half of all the email I was getting, or more than half, was junk email, and it took up a lot of staff time because we get hundreds of emails, and many of them important. And it takes days sometimes to get through it. How can we eliminate this spam? Is it going to take a new law? Is it going to take hardware? What is the solution here?
Well, 90% of your spam mail comes from outside the country.